Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful evening with us with Live with Lloyd. I am your host, astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn. I have a guest that's about to come on. We've been knowing each other. It's got to be over 20 something years. She is one of the best of the best. She's a Scorpio, all these other things, but you'll find out more about her. And she does something totally unique. She deals more with the men, which I like. Okay. I mean, she helped the ladies too. She's a stylist, but we'll know more about that. In the meantime, though, I do want to thank you all for joining me. Wow, what this is foggy. Okay, let me see something here. Once we can see. All right, let me put myself on first before I bring on my guest because I have sponsors. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. It's interesting. We are halfway through the third month of the year. Incredible. That's all I can say. Um, I want to let you know that the show is being brought to you by uh, King Simon sponsoring it. And in fact, on the 13th of April, he's going to be featuring these extremely beautiful guests. It's it's Nicholas Brooklyn and the Capunia E5 series. And this is volume number 8. So King Simon will be hosting it on the 13th of April from 4 to 8. And then he is also hosting it again on the 14th, a Sunday. So that Saturday and Sunday is going to be a very, very interesting time out in Brooklyn. I will be the guest along with Soraya Moore and Moselle, Adara Moselle. So that's going to be very interesting. So he's sponsoring the show. Those are the two events. Also, um, Manifest on Purpose, Miss Kimberly, she's sponsoring the show also this week. I thank all these sponsors. And also, the good news is Jackie Levine is also a jazz Aphrodite, as most of you know, going to be sponsoring the show. In fact, she's going to be a guest on my show on Monday the 15th because she actually has the books and she's going to show you. And I can't wait to get mine. So these are my sponsors, all right? And before we get started, let me do the cosmic forecast today. It is Monday, March the 18th, 2024. The sun is in Pisces. The moon is in Cancer. It's a watery sign. My guess is in the sign of Scorpio, which is water. So it's 11 universal month, a 5 universal week, 11 universal days. So if you are a Leo or an Aquarius or Cancer, all born on the 2nd or the 7th, the 11th or the 16th, the 20th, the 25th, or the 29th, this is a good day. By the way, please like, share, and subscribe. I forgot to put that down, but please like, share, and subscribe. Evidently, that does something for the biorhythms when I see they say, please like, please share, whatever. So if you want to find, and this is very important, I will not, nor my Live with Lloyd show, will ever DM you, much less for monies. Okay? I don't play that. So I just want to get that straight. All right. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce and bring on my very special guest that we've been knowing for a couple of decades. Hey Jay, how you doing? hold on. Let me do this. Okay. Um, somebody joined Jenkins. No, they can't join, whoever that is. So anyway, Jay, how you doing?
I am well. How are you?
Fine, thank you. You know, I've had women on my show and I've had them talk about the fact of developing a line for women and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You tend to did something interesting, which is deal with the brothers. So that's why I had to
I
have
love the brothers.
you. God bless the brothers, right? That's all I can say is God bless the brothers.
Amen.
Yes. So okay, that's interesting. I'm getting some people that's trying to join that. So now I will ban them if they try to do it the next time. So other than that,
Well, I think that's the link that I've been sending to people because you sent it to me. So are they supposed to use another link?
Yes, no, the link they're supposed to use is well, they can't do it right now. So that
Okay.
explains there was a gentleman named Lawrence. And I said, why he looking at it here? So anyway, must have been one of your people, but it's okay. They didn't know.
It is. It'll be a lot of my
They
people.
can catch it on YouTube. There's Lawrence again, bless his soul. Well, I
Okay.
can bring him on it. It's all right. It's all right. Anyway, though,
Yeah.
how did you get first of all, you are a stylist, you
Yes.
do women's hairs, okay?
Mhm.
You are also a lecturer. You are definitely without question an entrepreneur. Definitely without question,
Indeed.
you
I
know.
do appreciate it.
So I would say that that's pretty good. And the one thing, the last time I had you on, you talked about that interesting story of making that trip to make a presentation to Walmart. Was it Walmart or who was it?
It was Walmart.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Bentonville, Arkansas. Yeah.
And what happened and the plane and the car. And I mean, it was like, that was a story. Okay. And
It
you
it
still
was a
got,
journey.
yeah. So now what's the status on it? What's the update on it?
So, we're actually due to go live in April. So next month, so just like a couple weeks,
Hmm.
will actually be. We've already chosen our demographics, which will be the DMV area, and I chose that area very strategically because one, I do a lot of the trade shows and everything, so a lot of local events here. So we sell out a lot, and so if people sell out, then they can always go to the WalMarts there.
Hmm.
And like I explained to Andrew, which is my mentor, he's actually my point of contact for for that for the Walmart deal. He asked me, he said, clearly you can go regionally. And I said, well, that's true. And so my thing is that I have to be very transparent with you. For me, I have to be hands-on with everything that I do. So even when I delegate it to someone else, at least I'll know for sure what the steps are, how the process goes. It's almost like you making all of this money. That's why a lot of pop stars go broke because they don't know the process. They're so busy being in the show and not knowing the back end of the process. And so it's important for me. And like I explained to him, we could do regionally and we could do all over the world coming straight out of the gate. But what happens when I can't meet those deadlines? And
That's all
so
on
my
you.
thing is, yeah, it's all on me. And guess what? I would rather learn the process, handle it here in the DMV area, the Washington, D.C., Maryland area, and then scale up because it's hard for you to scale up and then come back down because the demand is going to be epic, right? And so for me, it's about starting where you're comfortable, pushing yourself a little bit more, of course. And that's pretty much what I resided on is to keep it hands on so I can learn the process because this is a major deal, you know. And then we can go regionally next year, you know, and it's always there. You can learn the process then versus coming back down and now you didn't tore up your whole deal for no reason.
Now, there was one thing in our conversations leading up to this, you were given a kind of distinguished recognition that was in the papers. Can you tell us about that?
Which one?
The one that said, I think you were the only African American woman in the DC area, that
In
whatever
the
that was.
Yeah, in the
What was that
Washington
about?
D.C. area. So here's what they've done. So when we were doing the whole interview and everything, and we all just kind of had an epiphany, and I was like, well, wait a minute. So they actually did background on me, and they were like, do you realize that you are the first African American woman in the DMV area to land a deal with a giant partner as such as Walmart? Um, with your men's line. So, they were just kind of thrown away and was like, well, wait a minute, you are really killing the game right now. And I said, I really didn't realize it. I'm always just doing, I'm
And they
doing
gave
and
you
making
a
sure
nice write up too that you forwarded. I mean, it was a very nice write up. It's
they
too long to
did, didn't they?
go here, but I'm saying like, I know her. I know her.
They did. I was so impressed. It actually it was a
It's
humbling
impressive.
experience.
It's impressive. It's impressive. It was very
Thank you.
on point. I've known you all these years. It sounds just like Jay Ellis. Sound just like you.
They really captured it, right? And I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
appreciate
I got to
these
give
young
them their
people are
props on
doing
that.
it.
One day we got to send a link where they can see for themselves what we're talking about. Then they can see what I was enthusiastic and wanted to get your autograph about. Here is what makes it.
Absolutely.
Here's what makes it so interesting. I've had women on before, uh,
Hmm.
beauty practitioners, somewhat like yourself, but
Hmm.
majority of it was always for the women. What
Right.
makes this nice and why you on here, this is to help a brother out. Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
What made you and so interesting, I would have sworn that if you said, okay, Walmart had got me in the line, I would have just figured it was all the women products. But it's not, it's
Okay.
men. Men.
It's men. Can
How'd
I
you
tell you
pull
something
that off?
funny? Oh, I didn't. I promise you I didn't. Really, they chose me. They really chose me because initially, when we gained communications with one another, I don't know. I had a profile up on a site called Range Me. Remember, I was telling you about that, and they
Mhm.
reached out to me and they picked all of the men's line when actually all of the women's products were first, and they chose the men's line. And I said, you know what? A little disappointed at first, but then I was thinking to myself, like, how much competition do you really want? And if this is your niche, this is your niche. And they picked it up. They picked up the men's line, which I'm definitely not disappointed in at all, because the funny thing is, and I'll go back because I told you that story too. A week prior to them contacting me, I was getting ready to eliminate the men's line on the 5 Star Beauty Collection side. I was taking it off, and next thing you know, they was like, "We want these products," and I said, "Oh, okay. I guess men don't care about buying from a beauty line," and it just went from there. So
Here's
I,
my
I
point.
had no
Now,
control over that.
the people who picked it, were they women or men or both?
Men, 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 and I'm pretty sure they thought I was a man. I'm pretty
Well,
sure
you
they
get
thought
along with
they thought
men
I was a man.
anyway. You get along with men anyway. So that I know that for a fact. So anyway, but I just think that was interesting. That what you thought you would leave off actually
Yes,
became the game changer to open up the doors for you.
it did. It really, really did. And I was totally surprised. And the way that everything happened, I literally had less than 3 weeks to pull all of this off, to get to Bentonville, travel arrangements, everything. And when I tell you, everything that could come at me was coming at me. And I prayed over it. You know I'll pray at the drop of a dime. I don't care who around. And I just said, okay, God, there's no way you're going to bring me all of this way and through all of these trials and tribulations for me not to win. Like,
Yes.
it, it just was no way. I felt it in my spirit and I just went with it. Now, the funny thing is that I had done all of my research. I love to do my due diligence. And I'm look, Googling the people on their LinkedIn. I became a stalker. I promise you, because I wanted to know the people that I was going to be meeting with. And I had prepared to meet with African American men. I did. I really did. I was focusing on it, and even down to Miss Denise. I had looked up her LinkedIn, and she's actually over the diversity and inclusion sector of Walmart. And so I was so excited. I said, I'm gonna meet with them. I'm gonna blow them away. I knew it in my spirit, and nothing, nothing. These Caucasian brothers came in with all of this swag and energy, and I said, "Oh, dang it! Now I have to change my presentation." And Spirit was like, "Listen, you are not new to this. You get up and show these people what you were made of." And I said, "Okay," shook the nerves off. And I went in there and I'm clicking it. I asked them, I said, "Do you want to read the slides slide by slide, or do you want me to just tell you who I am and give you the creme de la creme?" And he said, "Whatever makes you comfortable." I said, "Well, you got it." And I was finished my presentation in 7 minutes. We had 30 minutes to win them over, and 7 minutes, the deal was done. questions, answers in 7 minutes. And I walked out there and I was like, oh, well, we didn't get the golden ticket. But little did I know, Andrew left out of the room to go and get the golden tickets. And I was like, okay, so I'm walking down the hall, feeling all great and everything. Even if I didn't get the golden ticket at that point, I felt like I learned something. And here's the thing. A lot of times they'll say, you either have to ask for their contact information, but if they voluntarily give you their information, they're interested. Well, 2 minutes into the presentation, he said, well, here's my information and blah, blah, blah. He said, just run with it. I said, okay.
I mean, before you even finished.
Before I had even started.
Wow.
Before I even started. And so everything in me was telling me, God said, you got this, you got this. And I was just really excited. And my mom was at home. She was recovering from surgery. And so I was worried about her. I was worried about my dad. I just had so much
surgery too. He was in surgery too at the same time.
Yes, at the same time, same day, 2 different states. And I'm like losing my mind. And I said, okay, that's all right, October 25th. And next thing you know, I came and I could not get down that hall. I didn't knock this man over. I was so excited, just totally excited. And well, this body of mine is a lot.
Newbies like us, what is the golden ticket?
The golden ticket, so it's really like I wish I had it, but I can show it to you. So it's really a ticket about this big, and it says you have a on-the-spot deal. And it has Walmart and everything on there.
No kidding. I know you
would just tell you. It was so surreal. And you know me, I'm a crybaby. So I was like all over, just crying and excited. They was like, congratulations. I was like, oh my God. You know me. I have such gratitude for the smallest things.
Lady. Okay, couldn't have to a better lady. I'm very happy. That's very nice. Now, before we talk about the men's product, because you're offering a special package that the ladies can treat all the men. When I'm going to get to that, because I'm going to talk about the brothers too in a moment.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that entrepreneurial women like yourself trying to break into a Walmart or other type of chain such as that? What are some of the things they need to know?
Be honest with yourself. And I say that because I thought I wanted to do certain things, and I knew intellectually what I was capable of, but I really wasn't honest with myself about the time commitment. I'm a woman. I'm taking care of a baby. I'm doing all of these things, and realistically, I didn't know how I was going to scale it, to be honest with you. And I had to have a come to Jesus moment with myself and just realize that you have to pray over everything. For me, I have to pray over everything, because if I don't, because I'm such a doer, and if I touch it, I'm gonna finish it to the end. I don't care what it takes out of me, but realistically, I'm in my 40s. I will burn out, and I cannot continue to do that. I'm not trying to look older than what I am. And I wanted to be very transparent with myself and not just trade one career for another career without getting some type of gain for it. Makes sense. What I would say, it has to make sense, and be honest with it. It's a lot of late nights. And if this is not for the weak, I will tell you the God honest truth. I have a team of people that's like, listen, Jay, did you eat? Did you sleep? You need to get some sleep, and they really check in on me. So if you don't have that kind of support, it's going to kill you. It's really going to kill you. Because there are times I've had sleepless nights. I've worried myself unconsolably, because I'm like, okay, do I do this first? What do I do here? And then you want to connect to everything, because everything in your mind is going to be a for sure shot. You have to learn how to prioritize. You have to be organized, learn how to prioritize, and be honest with yourself, and be persistent. And don't be so quick to share everything. Do not be so quick to share everything. You have
what do you mean when you say that? Now, what do you mean when you say don't be quick to share everything?
Baby, listen, Lloyd, I keep it all the way transparent with you. When I say that, everyone doesn't want to see you win. You will have people in your closest circle, they want to be happy for you. But if you all are starting out at the same time, or it's just hard when people are going through their own struggles, it's really, really hard for them to be happy for you and give you the support and be the support that you need in that space. And you'll find that they're just not it. And so you cannot share so much of yourself and your vision with people. They'll sabotage it every time. And I'm telling you, because I went through it, and I can tell you now, and I'm
Wow.
going through it. I'm going
Wow.
through it right now.
Really? So in other words,
Absolutely.
instead of being happy for you, there is actually jealousy. Is that what
Absolutely.
you're saying?
Absolutely. 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 Friends, family. Sometimes I'd rather be connected to an enemy. At least you know where they're coming from.
You know, it's interesting you said that because there was a page they took from Bernie the comic,
Bernie
and
Mac.
Bernie Mac. Thank you so much. I know he's a Libra though, October, but he had said that sometimes you got to watch your jokes because people will steal your jokes. And
And
I
they
was
do.
thought that people should come up with their own jokes. I also heard it from Dave Chappelle and others. It's amazing that people will steal each other's stuff.
They
But you
will all the
think,
time.
but you were thinking you moving forward as a woman trying to do this and breaking into it,
Hmm.
that there would be a more of a collective, a supportive kind of surrounding the truth, so to speak. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no. And for me, I do know that I'm a force to be reckoned with. Because and I say that in a humble sense. I
Sure.
know the seeds that I've planted. I know that I genuinely want to see people win. And I'll tell you a story. My girlfriend, at the time, she's no longer a girlfriend of mine,
Mm.
unfortunate, but she broke into Walmart first. She broke into Walmart online first. And I was so excited for her. And she called me on the phone. She was like, we got into Walmart. And I was like, we did. This is great. This is great. And I'm like hollering, screaming on the phone, just in tears with her. And I done called her on a video call because I'm like so happy. I said, you know what? I'm up next. I'm up next. I don't care what's going on. I'm up next. And sure enough, that following year, I was up next. But in the midst of that journey, I had a grand opening, and she tried to sabotage me. She popped up on me to surprise me, and I was happy to see her, but she tried to sabotage me.
Not to go all
I,
into the weeds and the details, how would she try to sabotage you if she's already got the product selling online at Walmart
oh, because
and
I was
now
closing
it's
on
your
other
turn?
deals.
Huh?
I was closing on other deals. At
Oh,
that time, I had acquired a couple of other beauty supply stores, and I was doing my grand openings. And as I'm cutting the ribbons, she's like, you know, trying to sabotage.
wow.
No
So much for
worries.
your sisterhood. I thought y'all are like tight, right?
I thought we were tight. I thought we were tight. It was disappointing and it was hurtful, but thank God I had my real troops around me that blocked all of that. I saw it as it was going down, but me being a professional that I am, I can't break my what I'm doing. This is for me. This is what God had for me. And unfortunately, it happened. And I think that she wanted to be happy for me, but she was more in her own way. And the funny thing is that I had a deal that I wanted to offer her um, during that time after I finished with my grand openings, because I had an opportunity and I knew that I couldn't do it, but I recommended her. And because she did that,
That kind of
she
went,
lost out on a major deal, over 300,000.
wow. Well, it just
Yeah,
goes to show that you should be correct. I was always told you want for others what you want for yourself. So I
absolutely,
can't be hating on you while you hitting the lottery and I didn't get it, and jealous when I want to hit a lottery too. So I would think
absolutely.
that would, but that's so interesting.
It's
Now,
interesting, but you have to know. DMX said something. He said, if you know a snake bites, or something like that, something to the effect of, if you know a snake is a snake, you can't be surprised when he bites you when you step into his way. And it's true. You have to meet people where they are. And it's okay. And I can do that and still be a lady about the situation. I just now know I can't move around you. I can't share certain things around you. And so I've learned, and it was a learning lesson for me, which I'm glad that I learned to listen and be obedient and just not be so quick, because in my mind, I'm like, we're all winning. So when I eat, we all eat. But the truth of the matter is, everybody's not meant to be at that table with you. You done paid your dues.
So in other words, you're saying that based upon the snake analogy, you got to watch where you step.
Understand that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, finally, I'm going to get to the brothers. Okay.
Come on, get to the brothers. You know, you and I, we could do this all day long.
You know, I think it's so ironic that you go to this major chain for one thing and you wind up doing something else. I don't know whether it was they had diversity in mind, that we tired of looking at all these women products that come through here. They all smell the same way, or whatever the case is. And then you come in with something totally under the radar for you that wind up pushing you, you know, over the top. And to get that, as you call it, golden ticket. You know what I'm saying? That must have been awesome. Now,
it was.
let me show you this, and then we're going to break this down. This is the basket that you're offering for the ladies.
So this is no, so this is actually for the men. So this is our signature line, the Ellis J line.
No, when I say for the ladies, I meant for the ladies to get to the brothers.
Absolutely. Yes, ladies. Don't be stingy. Okay. Yeah, so it has everything in there for them to try. And we actually sold out a lot of these baskets for Valentine's Day. So let me tell you the story about these baskets. So I made a basket. So I had an event for January 14th because I'm partnered with Upscale Magazine. And I was doing my first event with Upscale, and I presented these 4 baskets to the gentleman that helped facilitate this journey for me, because I went in and I thought I knew what I wanted. I did know what I want, but they were helping me along the way with getting everything set up and everything. And so I wanted to present them with these baskets just to show my appreciation. And when I tell you, I had no idea this was going to be a thing. And they was like, so how much is the basket? The baskets aren't for sale. What are you talking about? The baskets these are gifts for the guy that let me use this restaurant for Weiss. He's the owner of Ivy by the Lake, and AK is the district manager. And so these guys were phenomenal, and even down to the promoter, because he allowed me to piggyback on his event as well too. And I had a celebrity guest. And so I presented these gentlemen with these baskets, but everyone was trying to buy these baskets. Well, interesting. Well, we want to buy these baskets. Well, how much are the baskets? I don't know a price for the baskets. And it turned into this thing. And so I ended up making baskets for Valentine's Day. It just threw everything out the window because I had something else planned and I was stuck making baskets.
That's interesting. And now what you're going to do is you're going to offer a spec, because one of the things we're talking about for all the ladies, for all the males, whether it's a brother, a father, an uncle, a mate, a spouse, a lover, a husband, whoever in the male category, a nephew, an uncle, a grandfather, whatever the case is, they could all use this product. Yes. And in fact, what I want to do too is show them separately, because this is the other flyer you have. Now, yes, these are the product lines that the ladies will get for the men that they care about. Would that be correct?
That is correct. And this is the actual line that's in Walmart.
These are in Walmart now?
No. These were the ones. Okay, I misspoke. I'm sorry. These are the ones that will be in Walmart. So it's the 5-star beauty collection, Gentlemen's Essentials. So these will actually be in Walmart in just a couple of weeks.
Congratulations. You know that's so cool, right?
Thank you. It's been a journey, cool, I must say.
That is so cool. God bless you, hon. God bless you.
Thank you.
Well, here's what we do. Break down the products from left to right. The one on the left, what is that one for?
So that is a shampoo. So you have a shampoo and a conditioner for the fellas that have hair. It has a it's low in sulfate. So you definitely don't want to use bar soap for your hair. I don't know why men think that's okay, but so you have the shampoo and conditioner, and in the middle you have the leave-in conditioner, and that's for your beard. You can actually spray it in your hair too, but it's mainly for your beard because that's the part of the face that you want to
Now
keep
that's the
moisturized.
one. That's the one next to the one on the left. Is that it?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
The one that's right there in the middle.
Yes.
Right. And
So,
then the little short jar is the
yeah.
moisturizer. And so the moisturizer is it's kind of like a shift. So if you don't want to use a butter, some people don't like the textures of butters and they
Mm-hmm.
like more of a cream, and that's where the moisturizer cream come in at. And so it pretty much does the same thing, but it keeps the strands hydrated because it's a water-based product, which is really good to keep the strands moisturized. It penetrates very well. And then you have the beard oil, which is really good. It's very lightweight, super absorbent, and that's what you want. You don't want something that's going to clog the pores or anything like that, and it smells amazing. It actually it kind of draw in the ladies, if you will. I'll say
Yeah.
that to keep it
Well, no.
clean.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm feeling you on that one. Okay. Good. Good. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Proud of you, Jay.
Well,
Very good.
well, you know, I sent you your samples too. So I actually sent you your gift, so you know what I'm talking about. And then you have the beard butter, which is the rosemary and mint, which is very light, and those are made with natural butters. Everything in here is natural, vegan friendly, and it isn't tested on animals or anything like that. And that's really huge because a lot of times we'll have products that are tested on animals, and it's just nasty. It's just nasty. And so you want to have things that are natural, that's going to be beneficial to the skin for men and women. Because I know for me, I like to play in the beards and massage the faces and all of that. And all, you know, a lot of my clients, I'm also doing that a lot. And so you want to make sure that it's healthy for the skin. It's not
So all
clogging the
these
skin.
product lines was really developed based upon hands-on experience then.
Absolutely. You can't sell something without testing it first.
How
You
to
have to test it. You have to test it. See how see how the fellas respond to it. You know, it helped with the razor bumps. It helped with the ingrown hairs, the discoloration of your skin. A lot of times men don't know that they're experiencing facial alopecia. So just even on the scientific side of things, it's deeper than just, oh, it's a product. No, everything that I've created has been strategically created from me with my formulas, because I know the issues that a lot of these men have. And even down to my brother that was incarcerated, that's all they would complain about. It's like they don't have enough good products in there to sustain, the men of color skin. Everything, it either dry their skin out, it caused them to break out. They went in with clear skin and now they're coming out with bumps and all kinds of stuff. And so that's originally what just kind of propelled that line, because I wanted to make sure that I gave something back to the guys. Yeah, they're in the penitentiary, but at the same time, they still need to be taken care of too.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
that's where all of that came about. And I know what I like my man to smell like and to feel like. I have to touch it. I have to touch it. I have to smell it. So I want it to be nice.
That makes all the sense in the world to me, Jay. Now, you show us some of the samples, because I'm going to put the full screen on you so people can see the samples, and then you'll see the basket. So just take your time, one at a time, and explain everything. All right, go.
Okay. So you have the leave-in conditioner. I'm trying to get up here. So this is the leave-in conditioner. So this one here is the smaller sample size of the big one that was in the middle of the big leave-in conditioner. And then you have if I can get it turned around, the beard oil here. So these are actually coming in 30 milliliters sizes. So that way you get to try everything before you purchase it. Because one of these, even down to the beard oil is $29. And so you have the beard oil, the leave-in. Well, that's another leave-in, but it comes in 1 ounce. So you'll get a full 1 ounce, and the rest of the products are 30 milliliters. And then the moisturizers and the butters are 2 ounces. just because a lot of times guys like to have that in their car and you want to be able to use it a little bit more. So you'll get the exact same product just in smaller sizes, and you receive all 6 pieces of the entire line for the $20.
Now, hold up. You showed me one before we got on the air. You said this is going to be included. Please do. Which one is that?
Which one was it? The moisturizer? You know, I'm always showing you.
I don't know. It was like a kind of long, elongated jar. You said it was new. Was that it?
No, this is the newest lip line that we have, the LSJ lip line. So this is what I have on now for the ladies.
Oh, just show that again, so the ladies might say they want that too.
Mm-hmm. So it's the LSJ lips. So you know our lips have to be popping when we present this to our men now. Okay.
Okay.
A nice little lip go a long way when you're talking to your man.
If you say so. Okay. All right, listen, I ain't gonna
argue. I'm right.
You ain't got no problem with the brother, okay? So now, was there others? I think was there one. What about the butter? What is
the beard butter?
Yeah.
So here's the beard butter. So we actually made that into a balm. It's very creamy and is lightweight and super absorbent. So it doesn't leave you feeling greasy. So and that's very important too, because a lot of times, even though most of the bases are made with shea butter, you have to be very careful about which regions you receive your shea butter from, because some of them can be very high in like oil content, so it makes it really greasy and it just kind of sit on top of your skin versus absorbing into the skin, and that makes a difference too. So you want it to be super absorbent and make the strands flexible, so you don't have the dry, brittle hair and it doesn't get stuck up under your skin. So that's, those things are very important. And then here's the cream too, so you can see. So it's heavy, it's a thick cream, but it moisturizes and it penetrates the skin, and that also helps minimize the razor bumps and the discoloration and everything for your face.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask those in the comments, and readings I'll do on Wednesday. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Question that the ladies may have for men about the products that you're going to have. And by the way, can you show the basket, what they're going to receive?
So here's one of the baskets that we actually created for Valentine's Day. So it has all of the products in here. It has the beard balm, the beard butter. Oh, actually, this one has 7 pieces. It has the butter, the balm, the moisturizer, the leave-in conditioner, shampoo, beard oil. It also have a custom towel in here with the 5-star logo on it as well for the gentleman's essentials. And it has a whiskey glass in here because, most guys like to have shots or something like that, just to set a little bit of different presents for them.
Okay, I'm trying to find out if you ladies have a question that you might want to ask that I, as a guy, might just go right past. And I gotta thank my moderator, Jazz Aphrodite. She's right there. The men can get the product there, but we don't want to get the men. We want the women to buy the products for the brothers. That's what we want. That's why this special offer $20. Am I right there?
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's the sample size. I want to be very clear. That's the sample pack. So you can buy the sample pack for the $20. So then that way you get to try all of the products for a very low price, but it isn't going to be the full size. So this is the full size.
Yes, but they're getting the sample size. But for $20, I mean, and that's free shipping. And I mean, come on.
Yep.
And that way they can kind of test it on the man in their life, whether grandfather down to a son, to a nephew, to a brother, to a cousin, whatever the case is, to an uncle, and see how they respond. And in this way, it's like you're making a kind of initial test run, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Don't they do that when they go into these stores and they have a cosmetic counter and they let you get samples to kind of smell it and stuff like that? Isn't that kind of that's what they do?
It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. But usually when you go into the store, they're only giving you 1 product. I'm giving you 6.
Wow.
I'm giving you 6. Absolutely.
Let me tell you this, Dira, I don't know what's a man or woman. They're listening in from South Africa.
Hey, how you doing, South Africa?
Yeah, they got an election coming up, and they got a real problem with
Oh wow.
Julius Malema. But anyway, that's
Let
a
me
whole
see.
nother thing for the politics. Let me see. Um,
So I'm putting it in here where they can find the product.
okay,
So
let
it's
me let me just
fivestarbeautycollection.com.
um, you put it in the comments already.
I did.
Okay, and it's also running along the bottom. Um,
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
got your Instagram. They can do it there too. I've got your Cash App because
Yep.
it does take money to run this operation. No
It
telling
does.
how much you invested. You know, people think about the time you put in, but to
Oh, I'll
get this
tell you.
and look professionally, you got the receipts,
Listen,
right?
listen, let me tell you something. And I'll tell you something that my mother said to me. It hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings, but I can only respect it. From beginning to end, I have invested over $200,000 into my business of my money. No loans, nobody giving me anything. Just recently I started acquiring like private investors. Only because I'm waiting. Everything I do is strategic. I definitely don't want to jump out there and say, hey, I go to these banks and telling them, oh, I need $500,000 or what have you, and lock up your money before things really kick off. So for me, everything that I do is strategically done. I'm very, very cautious like that. Um, and so
And me
yeah,
so,
two
because
over
all your
two hundred
money's
thousand
on the
dollars.
line. Because normally
Yeah,
businesses, startups will try to get loans so that it's not taken out, but this is all of your money. So nobody can say, I carried you. You carried yourself. That's what it sounds like to me.
I carry absolutely. Between me and my prayers, I carried myself. Yeah, and I found myself. I was so distraught one day. I promise you. I went to, and I'll tell you off the cuff. I went to an expo. I won't name the expo, but I went to an expo that I had dreamt of going to from the time I started as a student in cosmetology in high school. This is how long this expo was in existence. And I said, I'm going to be there one day. I'm going to be there and I'm going to be the best. And, everything happened. And I finally got there, right? I finally arrived and I invested almost $20,000. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, yeah, $20,000 into this event. And when I tell you I made $625 back.
Hold up. You invested $20,000 and you got back
Yes,
less
sir.
than 700. That can be
Yes,
very
sir.
discouraging,
Oh, you're
if
telling
you
me.
keep in yourself.
You're telling me, but
And
you
then
know
it's
what? It
coming
was
out
a
of your
learning
pocket. It's coming out of your pocket.
out of my pocket. Like I was so eager. I was so hungry. And that's I've learned so much during this journey because it really isn't always about the money. And my mother had to tell me, she said, well, I can remember a point in time you ain't had that kind of money to invest. So be grateful. And I said, that was mean.
But
But
no,
yeah,
that's
my
how mothers
mother.
do. That's how mothers
It's
do, though.
true.
That's how they
It's
roll.
very true. It was
Yeah.
very true. And I had to humble myself and say, you know what? Okay. First of all, you've done all that you could do. You've done the study and you've planted the seeds. You've done everything. But when you're doing these expos and exhibits, anytime you're doing anything to showcase your work, understand, don't go in there with the mindset, I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna make all of this money, because it doesn't end up being that way. A lot of times, I'm gonna say for me, a lot of times I go in there, I give away samples, and that's to connect with the people, not necessarily to make money. Not necessarily to make money, because a lot of times you spend more. Some of these shows are $5,000 and up.
Just to get in there, just to put
Absolutely.
the products.
And that doesn't include your lodging. That doesn't include everything that's encompassed to come with all of that. It doesn't. And so I was so hurt. I was broken. My spirit was broken. I promise you. And I was so upset. And then my team wasn't acting right. I fired everybody on the spot. I fired everybody. Look, mama included. You fired. Get out of here. Like, I'm done. I'm ready to wrap up. I'm out of here. And I was so hurt and broken, and I just had to take a minute and
Yeah, but
Just as I was getting ready to
$20,000 is nothing to sneeze at, and only have less than a grand to show for it too. It's like,
telling you,
are you
I was
serious?
hurt. I was hurt, and I had to figure out how to get back home, how to get my team back home. I didn't know
Wow,
enough
that's
about the show.
true.
I
That's true
didn't.
because you had to just shut down, repack, and get everybody back, the crew that came with you, on less
Exactly.
far less than what you invested. Were they
Absolutely.
looking at you cross-eyed?
I was looking at myself cross-eyed.
Okay.
I'm very introspective when it come down to holding myself accountable, and it's been a learning experience. I swear to you, Lloyd, like it's been such a learning experience from the over expectations, being out of order and out of pocket, not being organized. Because a lot of times in business, we think that, oh, our business is in order, or our personal life is in order, but realistically those two things merge. A lot of times they merge together. So if your home life or your personal life is out of order and is disruptive, is chaotic, you're not organized, it's going to show up in your business. It's going to show up in your business. And I must say, I've had to experience all of those journeys, the disappointment, the being broken, being just not being in a very good place. It all transcended right over into the business, and I lost a lot. I lost a lot, but I've gained a lot too. The knowledge and being
That's
able to feed
priceless.
that back
That's priceless.
is priceless. It's priceless, and those are the best lessons that you can ever learn, because it humbled me in a lot of ways, to where yes, I have a background in chemistry. I have, I'm a civil engineer as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have all of that, right? And sometimes we forget we're like doing it. I'm like, I'm this, I'm that. But realistically, you're a human. You're a human. And sometimes we have to humble ourselves, and we have to circle back around and say thank you. We have to circle back around and lend a hand, and sometimes we miss it. We miss it because we forget, if you will, like my grandmother say, you're getting too big for your britches, kind of thing. And
Mm-hmm.
so,
Mm-hmm.
people often ask me, why do you volunteer? Why do you volunteer? Like with the ugly face. And I just tell them, I say, because you know what? Realistically, all of us are just a couple dollars away from being homeless.
That is no
Seriously,
joke. That is
no
no
joke. My bank
serious.
account has been hacked twice. Twice.
Really?
You know, yes, absolutely. The bank account has been hacked. People stealing your identity. When I tell you, I have been through it.
No
I've
wonder
been
you
through it.
stay in prayer. No wonder.
I
That makes
have
total
to.
sense.
I have to, because you know what? As my bank accounts was being hacked, my mortgage was paid. Everything was paid up that needed to be paid up. And even though I felt like I had totally been violated, I did. But I had to ask myself, I said, you know what, God? I said, what am I supposed to learn in this season? I'm missing something. I know there's a lesson here. I know there's a lesson. So just show me, just guide me what I'm supposed to be doing. Just show me, if I made mistakes, forgive me for those mistakes, and just guide me through, because my heart means well. My intentions are great, but what lessons am I supposed to learn so that I can teach someone else? And that's just really what it is. So when I go to volunteer at the homeless shelters or the abused women's centers and all of that, and I'm staying up overnight, and I'm just thinking to myself, this could be me. And guess what, Lloyd? It was me. I've been through abusive relationships, mentally, physically, psychologically. I've been through it all, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and and I'm still here. And so I know that I have a greater divine purpose and whatever it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the things that I have gone through. I'm grateful for the journey. I'm grateful for the downfalls, the pitfalls, the snakes. Like, I'm grateful for it all,
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
know that I've done too much. I've invested too much to stop now. I
You know,
can't. That's
that's almost like God saying, "Let me see how bad you really want this," and throw a little dirt in the game.
absolutely.
But it
Yeah,
ain't. Unlike a movie, though, the real dirt is something else out here. Because I know.
it's something.
Because I've questioned my sanity too when I was doing this. Did I go back to my 9 to 5? Okay, and keep it safe.
Yeah.
Minus the drama, all that stuff. Really.
Tell me about it.
Truly.
Tell me about it. It's nothing better than being able to go to somebody else's job. You don't have to worry about supporting someone else's lifestyle. You don't have to worry about like sick days and all of that stuff. It's a
Yeah.
lot that come with this beast here. But
Yeah.
are there greater gains? Absolutely.
Oh
Depends on
yeah.
how bad you
No
want it.
question. No question. But it's almost as the most high test you, your spirit, to see how well you want it. And for those
Absolutely.
that are just skating or think it's just a free ride, they're going to be sorely disappointed because the social
Ooh, the sleepless nights. You can't go to the Mary J. Blige concert. You have VIP tickets. You can't go. Like it's so many things I've missed out on. I missed out on going to birthday parties. I've had
media.
friends to cuss me out. Like you can't show up. No, now you too big. Listen, they
Yeah,
don't
and they don't even
understand.
know what you're going through.
They don't understand. They don't understand. They don't see me when I cry. They don't see when I hurt. They don't see when I'm discouraged. They don't see when I'm questioned, like, why am I doing this? There's so much money being invested into this, and I'm not receiving the return. But what I am receiving in this season, and I when I go to teach at these colleges and I'm doing, speaking engagements and whatnot, I tell them, I said, I try to prepare a speech, but for me, it's best that I speak from the heart, simply because that's where you get the authentic me, and I can tell you the grit, because it isn't pretty, it isn't nice all the time, and you lose a lot of people. People start questioning your character because they don't understand, like, you have deadlines that you need to meet because you're holding things so close, right? You can't
Hmm.
share everything with everyone. And because you can't share that, they feel like you owe them an explanation. I don't owe you
Really?
anything.
And
Yes,
I've had that too. I've had that too.
absolutely. They feel like you owe them something. And the truth of the matter is, it's like, hold on, I owe you nothing. But how about you volunteer and say, hey, can I come over and help you out? Well, Jay,
No,
what
that
do
don't
you
count. I
need?
see
It
that don't
it
count.
doesn't happen. It
That
very
don't
rarely
count.
does it
No,
happen.
no, no.
Very rarely. And so, they don't see the sleepless nights. They don't see me when I'm on my knees and I'm praying and I'm feeling broken and I'm feeling like I have no one literally to talk to. I
That's
have
like
those
an
moments.
overwhelm. That's being overwhelmed. That feeling, right?
It is. It is. And then, you know what? I reset and I sit in my closet, because that's my praying places, in my closet, in the dark, to let the enemy know I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you. I am bigger than you, because my father created me. And I'm not talking about my father here on earth. I am talking about my God that I serve, that has kept me safe. And by no means am I like, oh, I'm in church every Sunday or what have you. But let me tell you something. I know the things that I have been through that I shouldn't have come through, and I know that I serve a mighty God, and I know that He look out for fools and babies. And I don't know which one I am, but I'm still here. But they don't see that, and so, and a lot of times I've had to do, and I just spoke to you about it. I had to do an inventory check of the
Yeah.
people that are around me. I had to do an inventory check of people that I called friend, and I didn't cut
So-called
them
friends.
off,
So-called friends.
so-called friends.
Yeah.
But you just have to pivot. And they can, some of them can be friends, but you have the ones where you can call and just say, hey, I need you to pray for me. I don't know what to say. I just need you to pray for me. And they go straight into prayer warrior, prayer warrior mode. And then you have the ones that you can just say, hey, you know what? I'm a little short on some dollars, and they don't ask you what you need it for, because you built that relationship with them, and they
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
your character. You're not
Yeah.
going to
And they know
ask.
you're good for it too.
Exactly. And then you have the ones that's like ready to roll out because your man and act up. Oh, well, let me put the Timbs on. You have those friends. So all of them have their different purposes in my life. And I recognize that, and I love them all for that. And it is what it is. You and I've been rolling with each other for what, over 20 years now?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you've seen me. You done seen me in my tears. You done seen me in my
Yeah.
happiest
Yeah.
moments. And
Yeah.
you've
Yeah.
seen it all. And I'm very transparent with that. And so back to what I was saying, when I'm doing my speaking engagements and everything, I tell people very humbly, I'm a student. I'm a student in this journey right now, because there are things that I'm learning that I had no clue about. I had absolutely no clue about dealing with big contracts like that. It was one thing for me to be an engineer, and I'm having a whole team of people, and I'm a little peon in the equation. Now I'm the full problem, like, and I'm the head of everything. So I tell
And all
people
the burden is on you. Every
all of it
decision,
is on
every
me.
choice. Yeah, yeah.
And it's
That's
true. And
amazing.
so I tell people I'm a student, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay in this journey of being a student because I don't want to be the smartest person in the classroom. I don't want to be Miss Know It All. I want to sit back and I want to absorb all of your knowledge because I'm a teachable person. I want to know what you know. And if you're willing to teach it to me, I'm humble enough to accept that and roll with it and teach the next person that's coming up behind me. But
Yeah,
with
but
that
that's how you grow
responsibility.
and then pass it on too.
Absolutely. But here's the thing, a lot of people are gatekeepers.
What do you mean?
What that mean is that say for instance, you teach me something, right? And
Yeah.
then because my next person over here, they know you just as well as I do, but you don't want to teach them that because you know that they're your equal. You know what I'm saying? So you
Really?
hold that
Yeah.
information to
Yeah.
yourself. People do it all the time. For me, listen, I'm gonna
And then
tell
we
it.
want to know why we were in the state that we're in. That's why we're in the state that we're in. My
Exactly.
my moderator says about the travel kit, and she jokingly says, "Is there a man that comes with that too?" You know.
Well, girl, let me know. Because I need we're not looking for any man. We're looking for quality men, okay?
Q, capital Q, right?
Yes.
Now let me just so for people. Now this is for the ladies, please.
Mhm.
Now get this. It's a 6-piece travel kit. It's a $20 and plus free shipping. Now it must cost a
Yes.
couple of dollars. So I'm talking about they're getting this for a bargain. Six
Yes.
pieces, 6 millimeter, one. I hope I'm saying that right. 1 ounces and 2 ounce butters.
Yes.
You see it right there. You get all of it for just $20. Get it for your man. Don't wait until June. June is about what, 2 months away. Don't wait until
Yep.
Father's Day. Get it for their birthday. Get it for anniversaries. Get it, get it because you love them. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Get
You
it
don't have
because you
to
love
wait,
them.
yeah, to a holiday or Father's Day and whatnot. Get these products. They're all for free. Now, how can people get these products from you? Do they go to your website, your IG website, 5 Star Beauty Collection?
No, they actually can just go to the website. They can go to the website or they can also text me at 571-296-3296 and just ask for the men's kit. I know exactly what it is.
Now I'm
And
seeing 844. Is that number good too?
that's still good too, but for the text number, it's the 571 number.
Okay, if the moderator can put that up, please, so we can show that. Can you repeat that number one more time for my moderator, please?
Absolutely. 571-296-3296.
All right. And so that's when they can call in or place their orders and whatnot or go to her website. So
Yep.
please get this. Listen, I thought we would be on here about maybe 15, 20 minutes. I lied. We took up a full hour. I enjoyed running my mouth with you. It's always an experience. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is nice. Jay, God bless you. Congratulations. As one of my sponsors says, the God in me loves the God in you, especially the
Oh,
fact you
thank
stay in
you.
prayer. I think that is so, so nice. And it could
It's
happen to a better
important.
lady. And kiss your mother for me,
Oh,
too.
thank you. I sure will. I sure will. So the tag is men need love too, boo. Okay.
Yeah, definitely,
Give it to
definitely.
them.
Um, again, this is, let me say this is for the full package,
Yes.
okay, that you contact. And this is for the mini packages. It's only
Mm-hmm.
$20. Now, as much
Yeah.
as ladies talk about how they like you to really invest in some going out and stuff like that, ladies, $20 is no money. Plus, the shipping is absolutely free.
It's
So,
free and create a little bit of intimacy. Create a little
yeah,
bit of intimacy with your man.
I say not bad for $20.
It isn't. It isn't. Intimacy doesn't come with, the penetration and all of that stuff. We need to get back to being intimate with our spouses. A little bit of rubbing and spraying and just nurturing and taking care of them goes a long way.
We
We
guys like
always
that
getting
too, you know.
everything.
We
The men
guys
need
like
love too.
even more so in this world. It's not easy being a man. I don't
Come on now.
realize that women
Exactly.
really fully understand the role that we have to play out here. And but this is nice. So anyway, I want to thank you, Jay Ellis. God bless you. And when you break in, when I think you said next month is
Yes.
when you go, so we'll have you back maybe in June, July, or something like that, so we can find out how it went, if you don't mind. And
Not
that
at
way,
all. Whenever
yeah,
you want me, I'm here for
because,
you.
because see, this is good for women that are entrepreneurs like yourself and want to break into these, especially these chains like a Walmart or something like that that's got national, international coverage and whatnot, just to get a product in there. But I'm
Yeah.
glad that they're hearing what you had to go through, the the shows that you had to go through, the money you had to go through and got almost no return. I know you must have said with that, are we serious up in here?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I had no poker face at all.
Yeah, yeah. And the nice thing about it, it was all your money. So
Yeah,
imagine. So that's very discouraging. And now we see
it
why
is.
people there go out and get investors and whatnot.
Mhm.
Supposedly, OPM, other people's money, you use theirs, but you believed enough to use your own money. And that says a lot for you. So I'm
Thank
glad that
you.
the creator opened up and says, let me bless you for all this drama you went through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because
You did.
it's definitely a lot, and we will use other people's money, and it definitely comes. However, you have to believe in you. If you don't believe in you, who else? Who else is going to believe in you? You have to eat, sleep, and breathe whatever it is that you want to do, and you have to be persistent in it. You have to, because the tears are going to come, the discouragement is going to come. But in order for you to be blessed, you're going to have to stick with it and let it just manifest through you. Because sometimes those are just tests and trials that you need to go through just to build that character within you.
Well, I think my moderator stated it exactly. That is the power of the divine feminine. Okay.
Thank you, love.
Oh, and by the way, this is her number. Please jot this number down, please, to get the kit for your man, please. Your grandfather, your uncle, your father, your brother, your lover, your nephew, or just a man, just a male friend.
Just a male
Just
friend.
just a friend, and make them feel good. And ladies, let me tell you this too now. You got to understand, it's only $20. Okay. I ain't trying to, I'm just trying to tell you what's going on. For only $20, you got a way of making, and we men are not expensive as a rule, if you notice.
Very simple.
We
Very,
men are not
very
high maintenance.
simple. Not complicated at all. And that's why I think
You
that
rub some of this
all
in
of
their
this,
beard, you know what I'm saying?
right. And they don't even, and that's the beauty of it, Lloyd. They don't even have to have facial hair, because a lot of times, like the butters
Mm.
can be used all over the body from head to toe.
Oh, I'm sure some guys would like that.
Head to toe, and you don't have to have a beard. You just have to have skin. That's the largest organ on our
Right,
body, is
yeah,
the skin.
yeah, yeah.
So in the baskets, you get a full basket, the full size, for 65. So they've been selling
But
out.
this is a nice test model, though. But again, let me put
Yeah,
this up for $20, and the shipping is
$20.
free, and that cuts into $20, folks. So, but at least you'll get a basket with these 6 items for your man. Please, please, please. Okay. I ain't trying to drop no hints on nobody up in here, but you understand. That's it. That's it. Okay.
You are my favorite always.
I love you much, Jay. You take good care. Okay.
You do the same, Lloyd. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, Jay is all right with me. It shows how you got to be nice to people, and it don't cost a dime to be nice. Nothing for it. So let me just do this. Let me just take the comment off a second. And I want to let you know that today's show has been, and there's our information at the bottom too. And I thank all of you that made comments. Wednesday, I'll be doing some sessions and whatnot. And I do need to thank one person. I think they made a donation. I do believe. I think I saw that. I was so busy looking at what women may have questions for. I think I saw it somewhere so I can acknowledge it. I don't see it. Oh, right here. Anna, thank you so much. Thanks so much for the donation. Much appreciated. And so I do want to let you know, folksies, that the show has been sponsored by uh, King Simon, who has an event at Nicholas, Brooklyn on Saturday the 13th with King Simon and these two beautiful ladies. Then on the 14th, that's Sunday, April 14th, I will be there with King Simon, um, and he is sponsoring it. And the show is also sponsored by Manifest on Purpose. This is a very important. This is something you should go to. And Jackie has received the first sample copy. She will be showing it on April the 15th here on Live with Lloyd. So please tune in, and you can order more sets of books. But I think the orders are there. Now she's got to put in another cycle of orders. So this is very good. I thank her very much. Also, please sign up for the free monthly newsletter. Okay. And the nice thing about the newsletter this time, each of the zodiac signs will have a link. That link will click you to this site where it will say March 2024 astronumerology reading. This is going to be every month from now on, because at the end of the link, when you click on it, it will show you the timeline where you can listen. You know, I talk a lot, but I can't write it all, and I have to keep it concise. It's a lot of pages anyway. But this way you can get the narrative that is spoken as, so there will be the written word, but if you click on your timeline, you'll get the spoken word. So not only can you read about your zodiac sign, you can also read about the signs of a maid or, excuse me, a maid or somebody else that you may be interested in. Okay. So this is the free monthly newsletter. Just click on the link, or you can listen to the entire interview, or better yet, once you click on the description in that interview, go there and just go right to your sign and find out what I said. This will be April and all the months to come. This is an exclusive on Manifest on Purpose. And I really have to thank her. She's good. And also, by the way, Jackie, Jazz Aphrodite, will have a book. And I think for those of you who've seen it on Instagram, she showed it, and boy, that thing looked good. I can't wait to get a hold of mine. Everybody, I want to thank you. Wednesday, I'll see you, and I'll do some sessions with you. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm trying to think of the topic. I got so many topics in my head, but I will know by Wednesday. So just join me, and everybody, all of you, please have a blessed day. And I must say this in closing: I cannot thank you very, very much for the kindness and the support and the respect that you've shown every single one of my guests. I am very, very fortunate. And I thank you very, very much. I do appreciate that more than you know. I do not take any of you for granted. Thank you. Have a blessed day. See you in a couple of days.